We gotta do this right here, man. We gotta do this right here. Anyways, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. But you end up like Beezy. Make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below. But we got how a superstar. I wanted to do this video yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this video today. But oh shoot, hold on. We got how a superstar became the NBA's biggest villain. And I'm going to keep it real, man. I did not think that Jamorant would ever be in this position. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. Disappointing. You know what I'm saying? Wants to be a super thug, you know, and showing guns on IG lives, just doing the craziest, man, getting suspended, you know, and it's like, you know, I just thought, man, he's still young. He a young player, you know, but it's crazy, man, how he didn't get traded before trade deadline. I did not think Jamorant was going to be a Memphis Grizzly, but it's obvious that people didn't want to pay him. Not pay, but trade for him, you know what I'm saying, honestly. But, man, if Jamorant don't get his stuff together and Jamorant still injured, I think bro going to miss, like, what, 2 weeks, you know? It's probably like the downfall of Jamorant, man. You know what I'm saying, honestly. So, Ja got to get his stuff together, bro. Or in a couple of years, bro, Jamorant would not be in the league. Jamorant not even a superstar anymore. That's the freaking reality of Jamorant. Jamorant is not a superstar. Jamorant is not a top 5 point guard. Jamorant is not a top 15 NBA player anymore. Jamorant has fell off. You know what I'm saying? Literally hard. So I just hope that Jamorant doesn't turn into one of that what ifs. You know what I'm saying? What ifs. The lane he's going down right now, bro, it look like he's gonna be another what if story. You know what I'm saying?
$1 million. That's how much money Jamorant's lost from NBA suspensions.
The Grizzlies have suspended star point guard Jamorant.
NBA star Jamorant has been suspended again.
The Memphis Grizzlies have suspended guard Jamorant.
The league is suspending Jamorant
due to his reckless habit of showing guns on Instagram. And if you count the money Morant lost from bonuses and endorsement deals, the price of promoting violence is closer to $60 million. However, the real problem isn't the money. It's that Morant was involved in nearly a dozen incidents in a span of 2 years.
Incredibly disappointed, disgusted, wondering what the hell is wrong with him.
From suspensions to court cases, fights off the court, fighting with coaches, beefs with players, and disrespecting the NBA, Morant has become one of the most problematic players in the league.
We have to stop putting ourselves in positions to where they could take away what we've worked so hard to get to.
And what's crazy is, Jamorant was supposed to be the face of the NBA, winning Rookie of the Year and becoming a 2-time All-Star in his first 4 seasons. Morant became one of the best and most entertaining players in basketball.
Morant blows by Primo. Attack!
But then Ja changed. He started drinking and going to strip clubs, wearing gold chains and carrying guns, while his entourage caused trouble seemingly every week. Even his dad got into a fight during a game. To make matters worse, his on-court production has also suffered. Morant is currently averaging the lowest point total since his first 2 seasons in the NBA, with the worst shooting percentages of his career. And it's becoming clear that something needs to change.
Like, you need to find your motivation back, and something's got to change.
This is the Jamorant story. How a humble kid from South Carolina...
No. This is what it is with Jamorant. I told y'all what it is about Jamorant. I ain't told y'all what it is about Jamorant, but it's people like Jamorant. You know what I'm saying? He got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. He got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He got comfortable. And it's sad to say, man, that Jamorant probably won't find that spark back. You know, do I hope he find that spark back? Of course, you know what I'm saying? More superstars in the NBA, more entertainment for sure. But you got the Cade Cunninghams that's overtook him. You got the Jalen Brunsons that's overtook him. You know what I'm saying? You got the names coming up. Even old boy from the freaking Jazz, he going crazy. George going crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got point guards that's overtaking Jamorant. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, man, I just feel like he got too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You got the 2 All-Stars. You won Rookie of the Year. You got that major contract extension. You know, hey, man, I made it. You know what I'm saying? I made it. I ain't got to work as hard anymore. I'm valuable. I ain't got to work as hard. I can drink. I can go to the strip club. I can do this. You got too comfortable, bro. And a lot of people that fall in that pit never recover. You know what I'm saying? They never recover. You feel me? So that's what Jamorant, bro. Got too comfortable. That's all it is. Got too comfortable.
A hero and then transformed into one of the NBA's biggest villains. After an electrifying start at Murray State, the Memphis Grizzlies selected Ja Morant with the second overall pick in the 2019 NBA Draft. And during his pre-draft interview, Morant passed all the questions with flying colors. There were 0 red flags, and the Grizzlies couldn't find a single person who had anything bad to say about Ja. Morant was a hard worker, came to the public spotlight late in his career, and played with a chip on his shoulder. He came from a stable family, didn't drink or smoke, and was always respectful towards coaches and teammates. Everyone who described Morant said he was humble and coachable, a gym rat that was unfazed by fame. And when Morant first came to the NBA, he acted that same way. People who interacted with Morant and his father T felt that they were humble and respectful, easy to talk to, and never overstepped boundaries. He would always kind of come off very humble. He would ask questions. "Man, if you don't mind, can I have a seat right there?" Very courteous. However, towards the end of his rookie season, the first signs of trouble began. Team sources said there were concerns about how frequently the underage Morant, usually accompanied by his father, would go out drinking and visit strip clubs before games. But those problems were largely swept under the rug, especially since Ja produced on the court, averaging 17.8 points and 7.3 assists per game, winning the Rookie of the Year award almost unanimously, with only 1 vote going to Zion Williamson. However, by his third year, the drinking and the partying became too hard to ignore. Throughout the 2021-22 season, when Morant was named the NBA's most improved player, a pattern emerged on the Grizzlies' road trips. After landing, a van would be waiting for Ja and his entourage, who followed him everywhere. Morant would fly him in on a private jet, cover the hotel costs and all the expenses. And the Grizzlies noticed that Morant started to come to practices hungover, or be late to team events the next day. But Ja was averaging 27 points per game, and everybody in the organization kept silent about his lifestyle.
Adams going long. Morant.
As NBA superstars are often given a certain leeway that role players never experience. There was no discipline, a Grizzlies source said. They felt they could do anything they wanted. In my opinion, the enabling was out of control, just constant. In February 2022, Morant was traveling to his first All-Star game in a private jet, surrounded by friends and family. He decided to share his happiness with the world on Instagram Live, passing bottles of tequila and drinking straight from the bottle.
Oh, man, we was lit.
Morant later set off to flight. Celebrating your first All-Star appearance is perfectly fine, and athletes drinking expensive alcohol isn't anything new, so it wasn't treated as a big deal. However, Ja's need to go live during drinking sessions would soon get him into trouble. After he signed a 5-year, $194 million extension, the biggest contract in franchise history, the Grizzlies noticed a further change in Ja's behavior. Once a humble and peaceful kid from Carolina, he suddenly became something of a diva, always surrounded by an entourage, getting into arguments with people in the organization, and acting annoyed if something didn't go his way. In July 2022, a sneaker store salesperson and Morant's mother allegedly engaged in a heated confrontation, after which the salesperson said that Morant and several friends showed up and threatened him, with a later report indicating that Ja shoved him in the parking lot. A week later, Ja was involved in a physical altercation with a 17-year-old teenager, Joshua Holloway, during a pickup game at Morant's home.
You're talking about like basketball player Ja Morant. Basketball player. Like Memphis Grizzlies Ja Morant.
See, and that's, you gotta understand, bro, Ja. When you're in a certain position, and that's one thing that and like I said, y'all, I am in Proverbs heavy, bro, and Proverbs is really teaching me, bro, how to become like a really self-controlled man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like I said, y'all, when I was at the gym, I shouldn't have done what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it's about, it was this verse I read today. It was a fool shows annoyance at once, but the prudent overlooks an insult. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's like, okay, it's like freaking a fool reacts fast. A fool is emotional. You know what I'm saying? But the one with understanding and the one with wisdom, bro, overlooks an insult. So it's like people like this right here probably was talking the most trashiest, probably was talking the craziest, you know, just to get a reaction out of Ja Morant. You gotta understand, Ja Morant, bro. You are an NBA superstar, bro. You know what I'm saying? You are an NBA superstar. You feel me? Bro, you got people that will antagonize you just to get money from you, bro. Keep on talking. Keep on talking and talking and talking. Because they want you to do something. The second that you shove them, the second that they talk all that crazy stuff. The second that you hit them, bro, they gonna sue you. It happened to DK Metcalf. Called DK Metcalf an N-word. DK Metcalf hit him, put his hands on him. He trying to sue DK Metcalf. Bro, you can't fall into these people trap, bro. Even when it comes to not even being a superstar and an NBA player, bro, you understand that words ain't worth it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You are a fool I was a fool at the boxing gym. Even though I was being competitive, if I would have just, look at all the problems that I caused myself, you know what I'm saying? Getting kicked out the gym. Gotta go find another gym. Just because I ain't overlooked that, just because I ain't shoved that off. If I would have just shoved that off and went back on to my business, I would have still been at the gym. Look at all that problems that happened, you know what I'm saying? Just because I didn't overlook an insult. Words, bro. Look what happened. So many problems came on me not overlook. It's just, bro, at the end of the day, bro, you can't hit somebody over words, bro. And that's just the bottom line. Somebody can call you whatever they want to call you. You got to start growing up. You got to start maturing, bro. That words is words, bro. You see the world be trying to make you seem like you soft if you don't do anything. That's the way the world is. Once you start getting the word and once you start getting closer to God, bro, you start seeing like, okay, I'm a fool if I act this way, and I'm actually strong if I react this way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about being more mature, bro, and just understanding that words don't mean nothing. You can say whatever you want to say. You better not put your hands on me. You better not come in my space. You better not try to, do nothing to me. You can say what you want to say all day. What you do, though. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, though, chat. You can say what you want to say to me all day, but what the freak did you do? Nothing. You call me the B word. You call me all that, but you ain't did a dang thing yet. Walk away. Look how much trouble you save off of just walking off of words. Words. Because he called me a B. It's the point everybody be trying to prove themselves nowadays. Be trying to prove to people. You a fool, man. So Jamorant was just a fool. You know what I mean? They set a trap, and guess what? You got caught by it. You know what I mean? Let me talk a little trash to Jamorant a little bit. Let me talk a little trash and get him to hit me so I can sue him. And these folks don't be, bro. Folks don't be worth it, bro.
Like Memphis Grizzly Jamorant. Yeah. So
look out him.
And just hit you in the face. Yeah.
And no friend. Yeah. They jumped.
Look at him. Probably was talking crazy.
And they often played ball together. But after they got into a fight, the teenager decided
look out him.
Lawsuit. Morant claimed it was self-defense.
Look at him.
Holloway hit him with a basketball.
Probably was talking crazy. Now he putting on the show. Mama telling him to put on the show so he can get some money. Look at him. Probably was talking overly crazy. You know what I'm saying? Jamorant did what he did. Now look at him. Folks ain't worth it, bro.
And they often played ball together.
Folks ain't like that,
bro. After they got into a fight, the teenager decided to file a civil lawsuit. Morant claimed it was self-defense.
Bro, crying. What you crying for?
With a basketball and got into a fighting
stage. What a little acting, bro. You all right?
In my face, I flinched back like this. So I'm like, what you want?
After which, Morant
crying.
Yes, I punched him.
Followed by another punch by Ja's friend. And even though the case was later dismissed and Morant was essentially found not guilty, it was the second incident in the span of
crying of getting punched.
And it wouldn't
man up, bro. Stop crying.
In September of 2022, Morant's sister got into an argument during a high school volleyball game. After which, Ja and his friends arrived at the scene, leading to an altercation in which witnesses said that one of Morant's friends threatened a student. But when the 2023 season started, Morant kept producing on the court, averaging 26 points and 8 assists per game, making his second All-Star appearance.
Save those dunks for the big
Going crazy, Ja.
On January 20th, Ja's father, T. Morant, got into an argument with Shannon Sharp during a game with the Lakers, with Ja also getting involved in the potential fight.
Shannon Sharp still talking, and T. Morant, Jamorant's dad, comes over. Had an opportunity to talk to T. Morant, and he said, my blood pressure didn't go up a bit.
But the situation soon de-escalated. And just 9 days later, after a game against the Pacers, Morant got involved in another incident. Ja's crew got into an argument with some of the members from the Pacers organization, who reported that someone pointed a laser at him, likely attached to a gun, with the laser beam coming from Morant's SUV.
As the first car leaves in the second car, and reportedly Ja is riding in the second car, a dot of a red laser appears on several of the people up on the loading dock just to scare them. But again, the security guard said, I believe that's attached to a weapon.
Yes.
You're kidding.
The NBA launched an investigation, but without sufficient evidence, nothing came out of it.
Yeah, I mean, that was addressed internally, aware of the investigation of the NBA, did a full-on investigation. We were fully compliant with it, and I think they came out with a statement saying nothing was corroborated or found. So,
he still got time, bro.
And that's all I'm going to comment about.
However,
still got time.
Grizzlies staff had finally had enough and confronted Morant, telling him that he's messing up and to not act like Steve Francis and Allen Iverson, who, like like him, were extremely talented point guards, but whose actions off the court cut their careers short. But Ja wasn't in the right headspace to hear those messages, and he brushed them off, saying that none of the incidents or his lifestyle were affecting his game. And yet, only a month later, Ja made headlines again, and for all the wrong reasons.
To NBA superstar Jamorant, now under investigation. The league launching that probe after the Memphis Grizzlies point guard appeared to display a gun on Instagram Live while at a nightclub early this morning.
After the Grizzlies lost to the Nuggets on March 3rd, Morant...
And I know a lot of y'all probably like, bro, what? Show a gun off. Everybody show guns off on IG Live. Him being who he is, bro, you cannot do. You're not regular, bro. You're a human being. You're a regular. But bro, I'm just talking about your status, bro. You can't show guns off. Nobody cares about these little thugs in the streets, you know what I'm saying, showing guns off. Nobody cares about them. You know what I'm saying? Like what they doing. You feel me? But it's just, bro, you had a stature, bro. NBA players showing off guns. You know what I'm saying? You represent the NBA. They're representing the streets. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be dead and gone in the next 2-3 years. But you represent the NBA, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not about you, it's about the NBA. They don't want their players being they don't want to be represented like that, bro. You feel me? So it's you just got to carry yourself the right way, bro.
A strip club where he broadcast himself on Instagram Live while holding a handgun. And even though he deleted his social media accounts, put out a statement taking responsibility for his actions, and apologized to his team and his fans, the NBA didn't take the situation lightly. Commissioner Adam Silver issued an 8-game suspension to Morant, saying that his conduct was irresponsible, reckless, and potentially very dangerous. Morant then flew to Florida, where he began an 11-day stay at a private counseling facility. The day before his return, he addressed the media and his time away, saying that alcohol didn't influence his decision-making.
I don't got an alcohol problem, never had an alcohol problem. I didn't go there for alcohol, I went there for counseling.
But then on May 13th, 2023, 3 months after he served his suspension, Morant did it again. While driving in a car with his best friend Devontae Pack, Ja and Pack were vibing to music, with Morant sitting in the passenger seat while Pack drove. Pack was also streaming the scene, and unfortunately for his friend, Morant was caught on video while holding a gun. And even though he appeared on the screen with a gun for less than 2 seconds, the image of Morant instantly went viral, even after the video was deleted from Pack.
And then it's like, and then when it come to his friend, that's your friend fault. I ain't gonna lie, I would have cut you off for that, bro. Because it's not like Ja Morant was in the camera waving the gun. You put the camera towards me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You put the camera towards me. Yeah, I got a gun, but I ain't flat. You put the camera towards me. That's some weird jump, bro. I would have cut bro off immediately. You knowing what I'm facing. You know what I just went through, and yet you gonna put the camera towards me. I ain't gonna lie, I would have had to cut you off, bro.
Account. It was the second incident of its kind in less
I don't even know why he got
years,
punished for
the
that.
7th overall in less than a year. And on June 16th, the league announced that Morant would be suspended without pay for the first 25 games of the following season. And with a yearly salary of approximately $34 million, or roughly $309,000 per game, Morant lost nearly $7.7 million. And to make things even worse, due to the missed games, he lost the opportunity to make the All-NBA team, which would have activated bonuses in his contract that would increase his earnings by nearly $40 million. On top of that, Powerade dropped Morant and ended their endorsement deal, while other potential brands that had considered working with Ja changed their minds. So with everything added up, Ja lost north of $60 million, and maybe even more, due to his imitation of Tucker in Rush Hour.
FBI, take a picture. It's okay. Wait a minute.
That 25-game suspension was the 9th longest ban of a player in league history, as the league does not take guns lightly, especially after Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenden brought guns to the Wizards' locker room in 2009. Adam Silver was visibly mad and disappointed, calling Morant's conduct reckless and irresponsible, specifically noting the kids who look up to him.
As you said, he's a star. I mean, he has an incredibly huge following. Yeah. And that my concern, and I thought he shared with me, that millions, if not tens of millions of kids globally would see him as having done something that was celebrating in a way.
Silver also said that for Morant to return to play, he'd be required to complete a program with the league to prevent him from repeating this destructive behavior. That same day, Morant issued his statement to the league, the Grizzlies, his teammates, and the city of Memphis, apologizing for the harm he'd caused. To the kids who look up to me, I'm sorry for failing you as a role model. I promise I'm going to be better. To all of my sponsors, I'm going to be a better representation of our brands. And to all of my fans, I'm going to make it up to you. I promise. And on December 19th, 2023, Morant returned from suspension, scoring 27 of his 34 points in the second half, along with a game-winning shot in a 115-113 win against the Pelicans.
Here goes Morant. He spins. Morant scores! And the timer expires. Count the basket. And Ja Morant wins it for the Grizzlies.
But after playing in only 9 games, Morant suffered a shoulder injury that sidelined him for the rest of the 2024 season. And Ja recovered in time for the 2025 season opener, but 2 weeks into the season, he got hurt again.
3-on-2. Jake lobs and Morant, takes a hard fall. And there was no foul call, and the crowd can't believe it.
After which Morant said he won't dunk anymore. On March 28, 2025, the Grizzlies fired coach Taylor Jenkins, with only 9 games left in the regular season, and Memphis already securing a playoff spot with a 44-29 record. Now, Jenkins was Morant's only NBA head coach, and Ja was unhappy with his dismissal. And just 3 days later, he was involved in yet another incident. This time, during a game against the Warriors, Ja and Golden State's Buddy Hield made gun-aiming gestures at one another, after which the NBA issued a warning to both players.
As the Warriors were going to the bench, Ja had some form of gesture there. You can make that what you want.
It'll be all right.
And then Hield kind of responded, so you have offsetting tees, no free throws.
However, Ja
the ops soft, man.
And the
you know what I mean? The ops just soft. That's all it is. The ops just soft. You know we Warriors K, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we Warriors K. They just soft, man. You know how they is over there in the Bay. You know, they just soft, you feel me? Little goof yacht boy pointing and all that. But you got somebody that kicking the nuts. You know what I'm saying? But you got Draymond Green slapping people in the face, kicking on nuts, stumping on people. Oh, you got a super thug over there. You got a super thug. You know what I mean? Stumping on freaking people bellies and all that. But you got a problem with, man, F the ops, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, Warriors K, you already know what it is. Gang. F the ops, man. The ops just soft, man. Y'all finna get ready for that beatdown. Hold on, do y'all face the Celtics tonight? Hold on, are y'all playing the Celtics tonight? You know what I mean? Yeah, get ready for that beatdown, man. You know what I mean? I think they facing the Celtics tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? F the ops, though, man. Warriors K, man. You already know
multiple gun-aiming gestures. When he was asked about the criticism he faced for the celebration, Morant said that he was used to the negative narrative around him. I was pretty much a villain for 2 years now. Every little thing. If somebody can say something negative about me, it's going to be out there. So, yeah, I don't care no more. The following day, Morant was fined $75,000 for the gun-pointing celebration.
Hey!
He replied that he would start imitating grenade throwing instead. During the first round of the playoffs against OKC,
that was hard,
Morant got injured again.
The contact from Dort, and Morant is still down.
Which put a bad taste in everyone's mouth, as his career arc had become increasingly frustrating. And before the start of the 2025-26 season, on NBA Media Day, Ja leaned into his new role as a villain, saying he doesn't want to be the face of the NBA. And then he quickly proved his point, because the face of the NBA doesn't get suspended every year, which Ja managed to accomplish after only 2 weeks of the season.
Tonight, the Memphis Grizzlies have suspended guard Ja Morant for 1 game for, they say, conduct detrimental to the team.
Like, bro was just ruining his career.
After getting defeated by the Lakers 117 to 112,
self-sabotaging.
Ja only scored 8 points on 3 of 14 shooting, Morant expressed his frustration with the new coaching staff. In a post-game interview, the reporters asked him what went wrong for him in the game, to which Morant replied,
I'll go ask the coaching staff.
Ja grew increasingly frustrated with the new head coach, Thomas Isolo, and his offensive scheme. And after his public comments, the Grizzlies suspended Morant for 1 game. Upon his return, reporters asked Ja whether he was playing with the same joy. And Morant simply said,
No.
What can be done to get it back?
We'll see.
Clearly showing that something was broken in his relationship with the franchise. But this wasn't the end of all the controversies. Morant got injured again, and he watched the November 22nd game against the Mavericks in street clothes. But somehow, he still managed to become the most talked about player after the game. After the final buzzer sounded, Morant and Klay Thompson got into an argument and had to be separated.
And then
Ja got in there. I didn't see that the first time.
I saw that the first time. And where he comes from, I don't know. You didn't even play tonight. So you should have been in the locker room already.
And after the game, Klay had nothing positive to say about Ja.
And man, with Ja, he's a funny guy. He has a lot to say, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But he's been running his mouth for a long time. It's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. You know, we all want to see him out there and do his best, but he's just been letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. When you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. I hate to see that go to waste.
So far in the 2026 season, Morant is shooting a career low from the field at just above 40%. And he's even worse.
Some people just never get it, though, man. Some people just never get it. You know what I'm saying? The man is literally that's how it is with people when it comes to life. You know what I mean? But yet you want to blame God, man. You got this opportunity to be in one of the most, bro, this opportunity is like, the position that you're in is just one of a kind. You're literally self-sabotaging your career, literally. You know what I mean? Like, you're your own worst enemy. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't understand why you're self-sabotaging your career. You know what I mean? Why are you destroying your career? I'll see if somebody else would destroy your career. But, bro, you're destroying your own career. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that. Imagine destroying something you worked so hard to get.
From the three-point line, shooting just above
I don't be
20% from
understanding.
his point average is the lowest it's been since his first 2 seasons, while his turnovers are
Bro,
almost
just
at
keep
an all-time
on.
high. Despite only playing 28 minutes a night, Morant's trade value has never been lower due to his decreased performance, all the injuries, and off-court issues. It's insane to think that just 3 years ago, he was considered one of the best players in the world and the one who's least likely to get traded. But now, even if the Grizzlies wanted to get rid of him, they would likely not get much in return, as any team that'd be willing to take on Ja would also be taking a huge risk, since he's missed more games than he's played in over the last 3 seasons. It's a shame that we've gotten to this point, because at his best, Ja was one of the most entertaining players to watch, and he's one of the most athletic point guards in NBA history.
Morant. Oh! A jawbreaker!
But Ja wants to be a gangster, and it would be a terrible waste of talent if he doesn't manage to resurrect his career. Because really, anybody can wave a gun on Instagram, but not many people can dunk over 7-footers and twist in the air like he can.
Ja in the late game situation.
In about 15 or 20 years, we could be watching his Hall of Fame speech, but we could also be watching him on the news, beating up another teenager or being involved in another gun incident. It's Morant's choice which road he'll take, and for the sake of all NBA fans worldwide, we hope it's the first one. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, we have another one for you right here.
Yeah, man. So, it's all about Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do what the freak you want to do. You're a grown man. I'm not finna beg you to please, Ja Morant, please do not do this, please. At the end of the day, bro, when you out the league, bro, I'ma still be watching the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And we still got the Luka Dončićs. We're gonna have somebody, AJ, my boy AJ coming from BYU. We got a stacked draft class coming. It's gonna be another one of you, bro. You ain't a dime in a dozen, bro. It's gonna be another one of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna stop watching the NBA because of Ja Morant. You know what I mean? When you get the freak out the league, you're just gonna be a what if. We got the Luka Dončićs, we got the SGAs, we got the Ant Edwards, we got a lot, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson. We got a lot of talent in the NBA, man. Nikola Jokic, Greek freaks. It's a lot of talent. Now, it's sad to see if you waste, but hey, you a grown man.